Heyo, folks. Heyo to this middle of December Jodi stream. You might see that something is missing. Yes, co-host is missing. Dave decided to work and stuff like that. And my my sidekick isn't here yet. I hope for everything holy she shows up anytime soon. I haven't. She had some errands to do before joining. So, oh really? He just keeps abandoning us. Oh. Either way, you already know, if you're regulars here, that Dave's link to his stream, we are dual streaming, so Dave's stream is on the top of my chat, and my stream is, you can find my stream on the top of Dave's chat. So yeah, we started day 26 on Saturday. I'm on the back end of a cold. So on Saturday it was really bad, so I couldn't join you. And but I am slowly getting healthier. So yeah, that's good for that. But we started the redirect and trying to fix the damage that was done by the prosecutor during the cross-examination. Well, so far could have done better. Could seriously have done better. And yeah. But yeah, so we are here again. We are gathered here, ladies and gentlemen, to finish, or try to finish, day 26. Let's go to 1.25 because they talk very, very slow. And yes, hello everybody. Oh, Dave is here. And everybody, give both of us all the likes you can manifest. All of them on both his page and on mine, as long as you give me the gifted memberships and the super chats. Yeah, he has a work call in 11 minutes. Hello, Dave. Yes, and hello, everybody. I see in Vielhammer, Eris, Sal, Toddly Pip, Peace Peony, Justin, and a bunch of other people. But yeah, you are not here for me babbling around. And yeah, sure, work. That just happens to happen. Yeah, hello everybody. Let's not prolong the inevitable. Let's keep going with the redirect of Jodi Arias.
Yes.
And there was a seemingly always, whether it was physically gratifying to you or not, an emotionally satisfying component to you for making him happy. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Was there any other reasons why you continued to have sexual relations with him after you broke up?
Well, after I walked in on him.
But Jack, she was asking for any other reasons.
She's explaining the reasons, Judge.
Explain the reasons. Okay. There weren't any other reasons prior to January 21st, 2008, but there were after that. And the reason was I was under the impression that he felt more satiated and he felt more normal when he had just more adult interactions, if that makes sense.
With who? You?
So there was
No.
a component of assistance,
There is
if you will, in your
Impossible to
sexual
have
activity,
adult.
assisting Travis.
I would say that. I wasn't looking at it that way, but it was much like that, yes.
The turning and speaking to the jury is quite common, and but no, usually it's for the experts. Not, yeah, it's annoying. I find it annoying, but at that time, that might have been the suggestion.
Moving ourselves to the tape. Well, before we get to the tape, let's talk about some of the text messages without going through the specifics of them, but there was several things were brought up
Jag fan det där.
in these text messages, things that you said.
Yeah,
You made the comment in the text message that
Mr. Jingles tried to attack my earphone cable. That's a seriously bad idea. Asshole cat.
you wanted to have sex with him like a horny little schoolgirl. Do you remember being shown that message?
Yes,
And if you could speak up.
yes.
Why would you send a message like that to him? What was the purpose?
Well, the schoolgirl thing was one of his fantasies, and it only shows the two messages, but that was a long thread of back and forth on my way back from Las Vegas while I was driving. And so it just kept escalating, and that's when he sent me another picture of himself, and we just kept trying to top ourselves. So we were trying to get more and more graphic and explicit.
You were trying to top each other? Doesn't that speak against that chastity persona you try to inflict on the juries? Really? Really? Really, Jodi? Bad answer. Bad answer.
Well, in that regard, though, was that the idea of the schoolgirl in the outfit, was that something that you were interested in, or was it something you were doing to please him?
It would be more for his pleasure, because just being with him was enough for me, but he enjoyed that kind of stuff, so yeah.
Okay. So in terms of your sex life prior to Mr. Alexander, you didn't dress up as a schoolgirl?
No, I didn't dress up as anything prior to him.
Okay. You also made the comment in some of these text messages that you wanted to give him a blowjob, BJ, which is probably what you put in the text messages. Why did you send him text messages to that effect?
Well, we just had a sex life, and it just kept things interesting.
Okay. Why was it important to you for things to stay interesting?
It depends on the timeline, but I enjoyed spending time with him, and usually the only times that we spent together where it was enjoyable was when he was focused on me in that sort of manner. Usually after that, it would be if we were in public spending time together, we weren't really doing anything or interacting in any sort of pleasant way. And if we were not engaging in intimate things and we were alone together, then sometimes we were just fighting. So it was more pleasant to be loving, I guess, for lack of a better word.
And it sounds like you engaged in these sexual encounters so you could get love and affection back from Mr. Alexander. Is that what you're telling us?
Yes, we
Keep hitting
Are you
that
telling
thumbs
us
up. And if you have social media,
that this,
share
you're
the
willing to
link
pay this
this
price in
stream.
order to get this
No, you
affection
want
from
to.
Mr. Alexander?
Yes, we
I wouldn't term it like that, but when I did,
Thank you.
You wouldn't put it like that. How would you put it?
I would just put it as spending time with him. That's how I looked at it, spending time with him, doing things that he liked to do. I received a good reaction from him. So in turn, I like to do those things too, for those reasons.
Okay. In those text messages that you were shown, you also make reference to, wanting a facial, to, his penis being a lollipop. Were you doing that along the same reasons that we were talking about before, to get his approval or to keep it interesting for him?
Stained.
Why did you make comments of that nature in the text messages?
Well, again, with those particular text messages, we were trying to top each other. We kept going back and forth. It got more and more graphic.
Well, look at that. Everybody's here.
I popped in just for a second because somebody said they're not going to give me a like until they see my face. So, now you see my face.
Dog, if I saw that text, that message, I wouldn't have brought you up here.
I think it was Justin. I feel like it was Justin. Yeah. So now you can give me all the likes, and but I do have a phone call. I just wanted to pop in real quick and say,
there you go.
Give me a like, damn it! It's Jodi Day. We all deserve this.
And Broken
Yes.
Baker and their viewers just joined. Hey, Baker Raid.
Hello.
I'm gonna go deal with some not emergency. So that maybe I can come back before my 1:30
Non-emergent emergencies.
Well,
Gotcha.
Yeah, so like I had a client yesterday that called me. It was like, call me ASAP, and I'm thinking, okay, like the police start cuffing him or something. And no, it's just he just wants a conversation. All right, I'm gonna jump, but I'll be back.
I always feel like talking to me
Yeah.
is an emergent conversation.
Yeah. I just want you all to listen to this specific question.
Okay.
Okay.
To, wanting a facial, to, his penis being a lollipop.
Oh,
Were you doing that along the same reasons that we were talking about before, to get his approval or to keep it interesting for him?
I'm glad I told my dad to
Wait,
never
did
watch my
she
streams.
lick it and then sprinkle the Pop Rocks on it? That's what I want to know. Can we get a little more detail?
Wait, we finally established that the candy was Pop Rocks. That's
Pop
been
Rocks and Tootsie Pop.
established as lore.
Yes, that's been
Oh.
established.
Oh, forgot.
By the way,
Oh, God.
I got
Why?
Pop Rocks delivered.
That's awesome. Oh, why have I not gotten Pop Rocks yet?
Oh, God. Help us all. I have no idea why.
I love this trial so much.
This is an amazing trial. I mean, the words, the expressions, the testimony. It's amazing.
I felt less uncomfortable, in a full-on mullet looking like Garth with boobs.
She is she's all kinds of amazing. Jodi is. I so want to get an
she's
interview with her.
something.
Jodi, we love you. We think you're innocent. Please do an interview with us.
Please, Jodi,
will,
give him an interview
won't-
so we can ask what kind of candy he threw in your face, because I honestly just want to know
Yes.
for science.
Yeah, that was the last question before you guys popped up, so I thought we would rehear it because
That was great.
it's an amazing question, and this is on redirect from her own lawyer.
I know.
Oh,
It's all kinds of terrible. It's all kinds of terrible. All right. Well, you guys have fun. I might be lurking in the background, and I will see you guys all later.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
See you in a bit. Bye. Oh. Yeah, this is amazing.
How is this supposed to be rehabilitating her? I am confused.
I can't disagree. I mean,
Oh God.
She spent her entire testimony telling the jury how innocent she was. And now we're down to this.
It Yeah.
Mm.
Completely innocent. All the innocence.
All the
I agree.
innocence. Yeah, but let's listen to her incredibly believable answer.
Objection needed.
Sustained.
Why did you make comments of that nature in the text messages?
Well, again, with those particular text messages, we were trying to top each other. We kept going back and forth. It got more and more graphic, more and more explicit.
Yeah, they tried to top each other. Doesn't that speak against her all the time claiming he made me do it?
Nicholas, this would only make sense if they actually had a defense, a
Yeah.
logical one. They don't have a logical defense. So at this point, I don't know what their aim is. I mean, when I have to be the voice of logic, things have gone terribly, terribly wrong. So I don't know what they're trying to achieve here other than to make me cringe harder. And I think I have a cringe tumor now.
Yeah, I mean, it's so bad.
I can only
we can
assume.
criticize the prosecution, and we have, but the defense kind of doesn't help her case either. Oh, let's continue.
And we were trying to just be witty. So every time I topped his comment, he tried to top mine. And it was something that we did back and forth on a few occasions, more than a few occasions, but that was just part of our relationship. So that's how we interacted at times.
Okay.
Sure.
And you got
Just the look of
positive
disgust.
reinforcement from those texts as well. is that
Yeah.
fair to say?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and again, Dave's stream on top of my chat, my stream on top of Dave's chat, so you can give us all the likes and everything. And approach.
So they were both topping from the bottom. Awesome.
Yeah. That's a standing up 69? I don't know.
All I can think of is I would never, ever want to have these conversations with my parents on a desert island if I were forced to under penalty of unaliving, let alone, oh God, they had to bring in a new court reporter. They done cringe killed the male court reporter. He's like, if I have to hear about blowjobs one more time. He called in sick. He's like, I can't anymore.
Yeah.
Took a personal health day.
Please remember the admonition. You are excused.
Okay, and again, thank you to Vielhammer Media for fixing the audio. And Valhalla, been a member for 6 months. Get wrecked gravely. Yeah, you can say that over and over again as many times as you want. Thank you for being a member for 6 months, Valhalla.
Mr. Nurmi, you may continue outside the presence of a jury.
Oh, outside of the jury.
Ooh.
Problem being right now,
Wonder
the
how many
system
times
seems
we're
to be-
going to say MF.
Let's read the, just a second.
Always
System.
a cougher. If you have to lean that close to see something, your glasses are not strong enough.
I'm still, I mean, first day of redirect and they're both dressed in funeral clothes.
Well, I mean, for him, it's just so out of character to see him not in something neon pink and looking like a Jell-O mold. I don't understand it.
I
It's
mean,
like, did he need to go to a
first of all, they
funeral?
have to pour him down his clothes. I mean, those buttons must be titanium.
I don't know. I was thinking he looked a little smaller. I mean, like relatively, but he looked a little less fluffy.
Mm.
I mean, as a fluffy myself, I didn't want to, commit fluffy on fluffy crime.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a sturdy man, but
The
that's
way
just...
on the sounds like
You
you
ate
stole
the
your
cookie.
father
You
first
stole
like
the cookie, you hound dog. There are no more cookies up there.
12-year-old girl had her first orgasm. I jack off every day, sometimes 2-3 times a day.
Are you serious?
There's been many times when you've been like miserable and I've like raped you. You cannot say I don't work that booty.
Oh, never mind. You do know how to work the booty.
And we've had 2 and 3 hour sessions many times.
Yeah, yeah.
I think 3.5 is like our tops or something.
You remember that time I came to visit you when I was still working in California, and I fell asleep on your chair next to your bed, and you just like woke me up by pulling my pants off and totally licking my pussy.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
You got to admit though, like there's not many guys that would do that just for fun. I'm going to tie you to a tree and put it in your ass, by the way.
What's that?
I'm going to tie you to a tree and put it in your ass.
There's just no Hallmark card for that
Tie
yet.
your arms around the tree, blindfold you, and
Not
put the picture of this
not
camera
happening on a
while I'm
T-shirt
fucking you.
either.
Just think
That
of
will
how
not be on my merch.
I pounded you with a full 50-year-old pop until it was nothing. I didn't like the pop rock as much as I like the 50-year-old pop though. Like you could ride my freaking stage. Go horse.
Hershey would like to be left out of
You
this
get some 69 sticks,
conversation.
too.
69 6?
I'm gonna
Y'all,
get
he
some
done
great
ruined
shots of freaking
Tootsie
put that in
Pops
you.
for me.
Like the actual putting it in you and like your reaction and just the angles and the whole bit. Seriously, honey, I want to post right now for that. Start touching yourself. I can't wait to get pictures.
Oh yeah, remember, this is Jodi recording these calls.
Okay, first of all, now I'm never going to be able to buy my kids Tootsie Pops ever again. I would like to file a class action lawsuit because
Oh.
also, I need someone to explain why his poor parents.
Just saying, if you want the super chat and stuff like that, do it now before both me and Dave are demonetized on this video. You might not get another chance.
What kills me is I will listen to the most degenerate smexy books, but this is killing me. This is the most like I'm just for the why no pop rocks, no. Now my kids are gonna be like, we got pop rocks, and be like, no, and I'm gonna smack them out of their hands and just say, you're not allowed.
Is it too late to send pop rocks via Amazon to your house before Christmas?
As long as you don't add Tootsie Pops, I think we'll be good. If you add Tootsie Pops, I might go way all over. I may go over and just like start crying and do the Nancy Kerrigan. Why? Just why?
I wonder if there are pop rocks lollipops.
I think we have a marketable idea now.
We
but
can
it's
call
not
it...
even. It's not even fun, smexy language. It's not even.
No. These are just stupid.
Jizzle on your face. I try to get one pad on coming on your face. I want to give you a cream pie too.
What's that? What's a cream pie?
Oh, for God's
So I
sake!
go to my wad, right? Just like a quarter inch inside your pussy. I mean, it could be like legitimate porn.
Yeah.
In every sense, you know what I mean? Everything about like the details of your body are so hot. Like those big, freaking nipples. I could come in and where they can area was to your body.
Anybody who is tuning in, don't do it with...
have your earbuds ready.
Yeah,
Make sure you don't have
to
children.
with that cock hard, stick it straight out.
Oh.
But we'll take some video too.
Now I know why Dave had a call he had to make.
Oh, yeah, it's huge.
He's like, I'm not losing much. It's like, I'm not sitting through this
Which is surprising because, I drank it this morning. Seriously, I could, so I was at a sperm bank, I could retired off this load.
What?
What? Can we baconate that? What did he just say?
I drank it this morning. Seriously, I could, so I was at a sperm bank, I get retired off his load.
All right. I officially want Elon to send me to Mars. I don't care where everyone else goes. I'm done. I'm done. It's been nice
Oh,
knowing y'all.
Sidebar for that long? Okay.
Probably because who the hell wants to hear this in public?
2:13. Yep.
All right, let's bring in the jury.
All right. Let's see if we get to listen to it again
Yes.
in front of the jury.
Sure.
Just in case we missed anything.
We can't miss much more.
Oh,
We couldn't miss anything, I don't think.
yeah. And remember, she saved this for unknown reasons. She saved these recordings, these recorded calls, way after. Before unaliving, she had them all the way up until she claimed, "Oh, I lost that phone. Whoopsie." Sure. At least it's on 1.25, so it's over with as soon as possible.
Please be seated. The record will show the presence of the jury, the defendant, and all counsel. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. While you were in the jury room, the court admitted Exhibit 509.
Oh, yeah.
Exhibit 509 is a
Right,
portion
there's no more
of Exhibit
cookies. You ate
460.
the cookie I had up here.
In a few moments, defense counsel will play Exhibit 509 for you. As it is being played, you will see words appear on the screen. It is up to you to determine the accuracy of the words you see on the screen as you listen to the recording. The exhibit admitted and the exhibit that will go with you back to the jury room will not have the words on it. Those words are being provided.
Yeah. Here's the thing, what the defense lawyer did. He took out all the Jodi Jodi parts from that recording. Because the original recording is quite longer with Miss Arias giving her own suggestions. But the defense chose to, no. Only the parts where Travis sounds bad. Not the both of them.
At this time to assist you as you listen to the portions of Exhibit 460. Are there any questions?
Now, I could just skip it if people don't.
Nerman, you may
But
continue.
then again, I want to see Mo cringe.
Ms. Arias, as it relates to,
I would assume that was the reasons behind the sidebar. Because they were having a 25-minute sidebar. And in the end, the judge said, yep, you can play this as the defense wants.
Exhibit 460, you were here in court when that was played, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you recall being asked some questions about fantasy and reality as it relates to this tape. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Okay. What I want to do for you now is play some snippets of the tape and ask you some questions. If you could just watch as we go.
Okay.
$1.5 because Jesus.
The way you know that it sounds like it was 12-year-old girl having her first orgasm. It's so hot.
Can you see that quote on the screen?
Yes.
Was that something that you wanted him to say or encouraged him to say?
I didn't encourage him to say it.
Is it something you wanted him to say?
I just wanted him to say what he wanted to say. I didn't get specific.
Okay. And going back to the question of fantasy or reality for him, do you know if this was fantasy or reality?
Well,
Should I say yes to the question?
Sustained.
Do you know if it's fantasy or reality? Or if you don't know, you don't know.
I don't know. I think it was fantasy.
Check with her. She doesn't know anything else.
Sustained.
You weren't 12 at the time of this phone call, were you?
No.
Every time, Brandon.
Fantasy or reality is
Mentally.
kind of gross either way, isn't it?
Objection. No, that's-
Sustained.
Let's move on to the next highlight.
Yes, Miss Kagriff, hold on to your hat. It's
I'm
going to
like, what?
get cringy.
12-year-old girl on her first orgasm. I jack off every day, sometimes 2-3 times a day.
Are you serious?
There's been many times when
Oh,
get
you're in
physical
for
and
a
I'm
treat,
like,
Mrs.
"Great, you."
Kagriff.
You were asked about, going back to the previous clip, you were asked about this masturbation habits or that you inspired them. Did you somehow dictate how often he masturbated?
No.
I told him to do it 5 times a day.
He also says there have been many times when you have been miserable, and I've like raped you. Is that fantasy or is that reality?
That's reality, but he doesn't mean like rape, like how the law defines it.
Aw.
I don't think.
Did you have fantasy?
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey,
She
Tot!
is-
Hey, Tot!
as we are listening to the most smutty, terrible discount
Yep,
smexiness.
yep. Oh. Yeah, Mrs. Kagriff, don't let him listen to this. It doesn't.
No.
Oh, no. Oh, God, no.
Fantasies about being raped by Mr. Alexander?
Not rape, just maybe like ravished or something, but not rape, I would say.
Why would you want to answer it like that? I mean, that's such a stupid answer. It leaves the right to interpret her answer as she does not really want to admit it.
Again, I understand that she's not the defense has no coherent plan because she is not working with them. So they have this divided thing between
Yeah.
ninjas and blacking out and every single damn story that she's ever told. But here's where she could have, said, look, I felt regretful after it. He always shamed me about it. Again, this led to a lot of mixed signals. And then the night that I finally stood up for myself, I saw this completely different side of him that had been hinted at with the shaming and the blaming and this kind of thing. Again, had she had a coherent thought in her head, but she doesn't because she's her. So,
Mrs. Kagriff, she took them out to replay you saying hi to her. She started laughing and giggling and saying, "Hi, Santa." Oh, that's so sweet. In other circumstances, that would have been adorable, but sweet because we've just been listening to this. I was. Yeah, let's just continue.
Let's move on.
Let's move on. Yeah.
You cannot say I don't work that booty.
Oh, never mind. You do know how to work the booty.
Yeah, we've had 2 and 3 hour sessions many times.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, the chafing.
Those 2-hour, 3-hour sessions. Is that a reference to the reality of your sex life with him prior to May 10th, 2008?
Yes, prior to moving back to California.
Y'all, I hope
And
you
in
did
those
find
2 and 3-hour sessions,
lube at some point.
based on what you told us before,
2 to 3
you
hours.
enjoyed most of those physically, but also because of the fact that you were making him happy. Is that right?
Objection.
Is it accurate that part of the reason for these sessions was not only the physical satisfaction, but the positive attention you got from him during those times?
Listening.
You get positive attention from him during those 2 or 3 hours?
Yes, I did.
And you enjoyed that positive attention, right?
Objection.
Overruled. You may answer.
Yes, always.
Yeah, Mrs. Caker, if can
You remember that time I
someone
came to visit
say,
you when I
I
was still
know
living in California,
stand-up.
and I fell asleep on your chair next to your bed, and you just like woke me up by pulling my pants off and totally licking my pussy?
Yeah. You got to admit, though, like, there's not many guys that would do that just for fun. I'm going to tie you to a tree and put it in your ass, by the way.
As it relates to the previous clip, the fact that Mr. Alexander wanted to perform oral sex on you for such a lengthy period of time, was that something that made you feel good?
That's exactly what happened. He woke her up that way, that 2 or 3 hour session.
Okay, when he woke you up and you were asleep, you weren't conscious of consenting to that activity, is that correct?
Objection leading.
Rephrase.
You were asleep the time he referred to just in that call, right? You were asleep when you took your pants off.
Yes, I woke up in the process. I was sleeping.
And because you were asleep, you didn't consent to him doing any of those things before you woke up. Is that accurate?
Objection leading.
Sustained.
Would it be fair to say that you didn't consent to anything because you were asleep?
Objection leading.
Sustained.
When you're asleep and people talk to you and ask you questions, yes or no, you would answer them if you're asleep?
Not if I'm actually sleeping. Maybe
Okay.
I would.
So when you were asleep on this chair, did Miss Alexander say, hey, Jodi, can I take your pants off and have oral sex with you?
Objection like a patient. She was asleep on the chair.
That's my point.
Demands.
Did you ask if I would know? Or-
No, I asked, did Travis say to you while you were sleeping, hey, Jodi, can I take your pants off and perform oral sex?
No.
Oh, objection.
So
Same objection. He has no foundation.
it was already
Overruled. You may proceed.
Were you flattered by the fact that he wanted to do that to you for that long?
Well, I mean, it's not a dozen roses, but
You have
what
this
are you
back
gonna
foundation.
do?
Do that. What?
It's not a Lego Death
Stand up to
Star,
foundation.
but
Okay, Jodi, were you flattered by the fact that he wanted to perform oral sex upon you for a long period, the 2 to 3 hour period of time, or the long period of time you talked about in the tape?
Objection. Question is he asked him 2 or 3 hours or in the tape?
Well, I don't think that particular time was 2 or 3 hours, but of course I was flattered. He wanted to surprise me, I think, but yeah, I was flattered. I was kind of embarrassed, but I was flattered.
Now, moving to this next quote. I'm going to tie you to a tree and put it in your ass, by the way. We heard about prior instances of anal sex prior to May 10th. So is this fantasy or is this reality?
We're kicking around ideas of what we might do. I hope that was fantasy because I don't think I would have gone for that, but I'm not sure whether or not he had serious intentions of doing that act or not.
Did you ever, you said you don't think you would submit?
Thank you, Brandon. Want some? Oh,
oh, the
thank you for your
things.
super chat, Brandon. Thank you so much.
Glad I told my dad not to watch my channel. He's like, so am I going to want to watch your channel? And I was like, probably not.
Oh, this is amazing.
To that, but did you ever do anything to try to make this fantasy happen?
Yes.
What did you do?
He asked me to find a place that would be good where we could do that. And so I hiked around a little bit and thought it was near this park. It's mostly wooded toward the south end of town. And I figured I was trying to think of the best time so that, it's kind of in public so that nobody would stumble upon us. So just that, basically.
So this might have been one of those fantasies that might become a reality.
Objection leading. Speculations.
Let's go on to the next quote.
I'm going to tie you to a tree and put it in your ass. I was going to zip tie your arms around the tree, blindfold you, and put the picture of the camera on time while I'm parking it. Just think of how I pounded you with a full 50-year-old pop until it was nothing.
That's a sticky situation.
That's how you get in. Do you want ants down there? That's how you get ants down. I feel like Archer. I'm like that. Do you want to get a yeast infection? That's how you get a yeast infection. How are you going to explain that to the OBGYN? Well, what had happened, Your Honor, Officer Dr. Nis, was, have you ever seen a Tootsie Pop? Well,
oh. Yeah.
I mean, I know the ER nurses probably see a lot of different things, but I mean, if you want to explain how you got, frickin' mold down there, be my guest. But that and poison ivy, have fun with that.
Yeah.
Also, arrested for public indecency because you went to a public park, you nut.
I mean, yeah, I don't want to go. No.
The quote we just heard, I was a little late on hitting the pause button, but the quote we just heard about Tootsie Pops, that was a reference to the encounter.
Please don't
The
elaborate.
day, I should say, the day that you and Mr. Alexander took a bath, and that was used later on.
Judge Lee, more than one occasion when they engaged in misconduct.
Continue your question.
Is the day you used the Tootsie Pop, is that also the day you took a bath with Mr. Alexander?
Yes.
There was much discussion last week when Mr. Martinez was speaking with you about whether you enjoyed that encounter or not. And I believe you said that you enjoyed aspects of that encounter. Is that correct?
That would be correct.
Which aspects did you enjoy?
Well, I think we used bubbles that time with baths.
For pure curiosity, I'm looking at the Tootsie Roll sales in 2013, and it actually had a 8.6% rise in net product sales. Okay. I wonder if they paid Jodi her share.
No, I'm gonna be giggling in the candy aisle, and Mr. Mo's gonna ask why, and I'm gonna say Jodi, and I'm gonna have to explain.
Pop Rocks.
Jodi, would you stop ruining everything? If you ruin bubble baths, I'm gonna hurt you. I can't.
Let's see here.
Have Tootsie Rolls suffered from shrinkflation too? Were they bigger back then?
Let's see here. Between 2013 and 2017, increased by 5%. So not as much popularity.
What kills me is we could have trimmed this trial, I know, phrasing, but had we not gotten into all of this ridiculousness.
Yeah, I mean, there's so...
Were you there? Yes. Was she there? Yes. Okay.
Move on.
Yeah, it is like we just could not pass up the opportunity to go into these phone calls. What they have to do with anything, no one really knows, but we just could not pass it up. I mean, the ridiculousness is kind of funny, but how much money, what wasn't it, like $3 million that was spent on this trial?
Oh. Oh wow.
Oh God.
So I enjoyed that. I guess the Tootsie Pop was just for fun. I enjoyed his attention. I didn't really like the Pop Rocks as much, how he wanted to use them. So that was probably one of the 2 or 3 hour things he was talking about because it lasted a while.
To clarify then what you were asked on cross-examination, when he was using the Tootsie Pops on you, you weren't enjoying that physically, you were enjoying the attention you were getting from him. Is that correct?
Judge Lee,
When he was using the Tootsie Pops on you, was it physically pleasurable to you?
There was some physical pleasure, I guess. It wasn't uncomfortable.
Oh, you retard.
Oh my God. Tootsie Pop was like, I was trying as best as I could. I'm just a Tootsie Pop, damn it. You won't be satisfied for anything. Just a sucker, ma'am.
Hmm. She should be glad he didn't have a thing for actual size candy cane.
Black licorice. Twizzler. I feel bad for the Tootsie Pop now, though. I mean, it was trying its damnedest. It gave everything it had. Like Saving Private Ryan up in there. Dang it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, he kept
Don't kill
feeding
me.
that monster.
God, what is wrong with this is why are we what is for the love of all that okay, let's continue.
Yeah.
Or anything.
What other pleasure did you derive from that?
His attention, I guess. It sounds simple, but it was just about us, we shut the door and it was our own space and it was just our time together. So I enjoyed that.
Okay.
I didn't like it online, but I like it real photo. Like you could ride my freaking face, the horse.
Yeah.
You get some 69 pics too.
69 pics?
I'm gonna get some great shots of freaking stuff in here. Like the action.
Talks about getting some great shots, putting it in you. What's that a reference to?
Sex.
What is he putting in you? Maybe obvious, but what?
Oh God.
His penis.
And
I
some
love
great
the
shots
closed caption.
there. What is
His
he
penis.
referring to? Are we talking about taking pictures? Are we talking about making a video?
He's talking about the photographs at this point with his camera that he was excited about.
As it relates to taking nude photographs, is that something that you were completely comfortable with and encouraged?
I was never completely comfortable with the nude photographs, but I was willing to. It took a while. Like it took, I guess, close to a year and a half, but I was willing to go along with it.
I wasn't comfortable with that. And yet you recorded Travis without his knowledge during Smexy Talk.
Okay.
And kept the
have a-
recordings. And now we're supposed to believe you when you said you didn't like being photographed?
I have a theory about that. See, I think that she was saving those. If she didn't unalive him, she was going to take those to the bishops.
Yeah.
And get him kicked out of the. She wanted to destroy him. So if she wasn't going to unalive him, she was going to assassinate his character. And be like, oh, well, this good Mormon guy. Nope, not at all. Or you either stick with me and marry me up, or, everyone knows you're not a good Mormon guy.
Atheist Ant over at Dave's has been a member for 4 months over there. What would you do, you for a Clapdyke bar?
Well, it wasn't one of those popsicles in the plastic, the cheap ones, where you always get the strain on your mouth. So, could be worse.
Could be worse. Could be a lot worse.
As long as it got deleted.
Oh, putting it in you and like the reaction and just the angles and the whole bit. Seriously, honey, I want to post right now for that. Start touching yourself. I can't wait to get pictures of jizzle on your face.
And let me see if I can progress a little bit.
Try to get one as I'm covering your face.
This particular act of him ejaculating on your face was mentioned a couple times in these slides. Is that something that you got physical enjoyment out of?
Not like physical pleasure. Actually, sometimes it hurt if it got in my eyes, but other than that, it wasn't uncomfortable, but it wasn't, like my preferred method or anything.
You didn't get physical pleasure.
This is when you're supposed to say, ooh, bad, bad, boo, I cried. Anything but this. Jesus Christ. Thank you, Brandon. I've probably almost done as many terrible things in my life as Valhalla. But my God, this woman takes the cake and Tootsie Pops and also, yeah.
Yeah, she just, oh my, that is, yeah, they were.
This is so amazing. This
I mean,
is
I'm almost,
redirect when they are trying to fix the damage from the cross-examination. I don't think it's working.
at this point, I'm surprised you didn't say, well, it's really good for my skin, so I was actually appreciative because it's rejuvenating for my, it helps with fine lines and wrinkles. I mean, at this point, I'm surprised she doesn't say that. For the love of all that is Cheetos.
She still looks good in the latest
Well, I
mugshot.
mean,
Yeah, so
maybe crazy doesn't crack.
But here's the thing: if you never smile, you don't get wrinkles, and if you never laugh out loud, you will never have wrinkles. And I don't think Jodi smiles unless she has to, and she never laughs until she feels she has to. Let's move on so we can get through this.
What, if anything, did you get out of it?
Just
Protein?
What if
it made me feel good to know that he was enjoying himself. If he was gratified, I felt better about myself that I was able to provide that gratification for him.
Continue on.
I want to give you a cream pie too.
What's that? What's a cream pie?
Like that heifer doesn't know what that is. Give me a
Prior
break.
to Mr. Alexander, explaining this cream pie to you, did you know what it was? What he was talking about?
No, I didn't know what that term meant.
Fuck you.
Ma'am.
Right. Just like a quarter-inch pleasure cookie. I mean, it's gonna be like legitimate porn.
Having him give you this cream pie and making quote unquote legitimate porn, was that something you were willing to do to please him?
I was willing to do that.
To please him?
Yeah, certainly.
Did you have some independent desire on your own to make this porn?
Well, not photographing it or filming it or recording it or anything like that.
Okay.
No, not like that.
She could have just said no, but she had to expand on it, making it less credible.
Everything about like the details of your body are so hot. Like it was big.
Comments like that of a sexual nature about your body, did those make you feel good?
Yeah, they made me feel good.
Freaking nipple. I keep telling anyone. My dick and everyone into your body. You don't want to get like some like dark ranger type outfit for me to wear. I'll tell you the pictures I'm gonna take are so hot. Like one of them's gonna be me laying on my back. Cock hard,
Again, going back to these, one of them, is he referring to pictures?
Again, remember, give the thumbs up both on my stream and on Dave's stream, which you find on top of my chat. It's pinned there. And if you're over at Dave's place, come on over and hit that thumbs up. You know you want to. St. Nick says he has to.
Yeah, you don't want to miss this. This would, you don't want to miss the poet laureate and smexy time of our age.
I've been alive for a very long time. This is so bad. This is so bad.
Yeah.
And I'm not only talking about the recording, but the questioning and her answers are so bad.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that the jury asks no questions about any of this. I can imagine the jury gives no S's about this.
Oh, I can't wait until your questions. I mean,
Yes, different positions.
And again, you said you were uncomfortable and getting more comfortable with this. Is that correct? Or
I was getting accustomed to the idea of doing it.
Yeah. So we'll take some video too.
were you comfortable with video?
I'm kind of self-conscious in front of the lens, but I was
just
willing to try it as long as it got deleted. I
no.
was okay with that.
Oh, it's huge. I just did like 15 pumps, which is surprising because, you know, I drank it this morning. Seriously, I could
The fact that you were able to make him, by his words, reach orgasm, we'll put it that way, did that make you feel good about yourself?
Yeah, I got satisfaction from doing that.
retire off the low.
I don't see why they didn't make that a multi-level marketing thing. I mean, he could have lived happily ever after on proceeds from his donation.
There was an issue raised about fidelity
There have been
and
so
you
many issues.
kissing Ryan Burns on June 5th. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And do you recall the testimony of Miss Diodoni, Lisa Diodoni, then Lisa Andrews, that she was dating Travis Alexander at the same period of time that you were either?
Okay, they seem to have moved past this recording, and it's Tuesday, so this is the shorter stream of the two. And
Thank God.
so they're probably moving on to other things that we will cover on Saturday.
Oh, well, I mean, what we have
So,
learned.
yeah, what we have learned today, we have learned that the value of Popsy Tootsie Pops went up in
Very true.
2013. Oh.
Again, it's just none of this makes any sense. I get that she was fighting them. I get that she's already put out so many different stories that they really don't have a coherent defense because she's incoherent. But it's like, what in the actual hell are you trying to achieve here, ma'am?
Yeah, I mean, I wish I knew. I wish I knew.
It does make one wonder.
Yeah, it does make you wonder. And I don't know how this was supposed to help Jodi, because had she answered differently, this recording would have made some impact. But the way she answered the questions was bad. So bad.
True.
And yeah.
But she also doesn't have, she's still trying to play this very naive, very sex shy kind of girl when that's already been disproven. And it's like, ma'am, give up the ghost. We all know you done moved out of your house when you were like 16 with a 21-year-old dude because you no longer wanted to go do homework or whatever your dad told you. I don't remember the exact story, but you've had multiple boyfriends. So, you know, it's not like you haven't ever done things. So you didn't go get baptized in the Mormon church and suddenly forget all about sex. That doesn't happen. You don't get baptized and then suddenly you forget all about the things. So
yeah, I mean, we know about, I think, 6 of her boyfriends between age 16 and 22 when she met Travis. I don't think that is the full body count at all.
Did she get psychiatric testing? Did the defense or the state ask for her to have mental
I-
health testing?
Once she spoiler, when she went to prison, she did get an evaluation for that histrionic.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that makes sense. But I was thinking, I didn't know if they had tried to even attempt,
No.
insanity.
Hmm.
What did you miss?
Oh, Dave, you want to go back and watch this? You really want to? You missed out on something. You really did. When that question before you left, interesting. It became a lot worse.
Yeah. We're not quite sure what her answers are supposed to elicit, if you're supposed to feel bad for her or, happy that she made someone else feel good, or what exactly you're supposed to be feeling for her, other than thank God they moved on to question something else.
Oh. Well, you missed when I waved at Mrs. Kegriff's daughter. That you missed. Which was interesting regarding what we just listened to.
Yes.
Oh, and now Mrs. Kegriff's kids believes that she knows Santa.
There you go.
Yeah. And with that, I will be sending you all over to Dave's next stream, which I have no idea when it starts. It's a trial of sorts. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Thank you all for showing up. I'll see you all Saturday. Have a nice Tuesday. Don't think of Tootsie Pops. All right. Go subscribe to Mo in the Deep End. Go over to
Thank
Dave.
you.
You know all the things. And Dave, I won the likes and the super chats. Woo! And yeah, I'll see you around, everybody. Have fun. Bye-bye.
Bye.